So when I talk about the masculine and feminine, I'll put a video up here for what I mean when I talk about the masculine and feminine. But I really just want to stress that we have both energies, everybody embodies both energies, and regardless of how you represent or how much you feel you have of both, I'm talking about the energy of the sacred masculine today. And that often comes with a sense of action, a sense of power, a sense of stability, a sense of protection, as well as building things in a sort of like block, like mountain climbing kind of way. The feminine builds by creation and through manifestation, but the masculine does build physically. So with all of these cards, we had 5 masculine cards come up for the reading in 2024. I took some time to ponder about what the heck was going on with all this masculine energy. And what came through was that we're going through a very large split in the energies of the masculine right now. And on a bigger scale in the collective, we kind of have the way things are and the way things are going. And in order to get off the track of the way things are and onto the boat of the way things are going, there needs to be enough purge and release for what you need to let go of in order to make your way over to the other boat. Now, there's a lot of people who are already doing this work and who are already on this other side, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But with the masculine in particular, there's a huge split and a huge rift between these opposing experiences. And it's happening so that we start to pay more attention to what's going on with the sacred masculine. You know, if you were a male for the past, 5 years as the feminine began to reawaken and women started to take their power back, chances are you probably didn't really know where to stand. There's not really a lot of space for you to talk about what you already know, but what you want to learn and experience and share that does feel useful, you might not have access to, or there's too much stuff in the way. And so 2024 is a masculine energy focused year. And Divine Feminine, I will totally get to you at a different point. We are working in our own way. But in terms of the general focus, it's going to be on the healing of the sacred masculine. And what I mean by that is bringing forth the concept of the sacred masculine in a healthy and evolved and stable and supportive way. And so there's this huge split happening. And if you're on the side of release, chances are you're experiencing a lot of purging, a lot of challenges, a lot of setbacks, a lot of confusion, a lot of roadblocks. And if you embody the feminine and this doesn't really feel like it applies to you, chances are you might know somebody who's going through this. You might have a brother or a different sibling or a parent or someone you know who's just in the weeds with this energy. And the reason this is happening is because we so badly need to release all of the toxic crap in order to be able to move onto the boat of higher consciousness and to get onto that boat of moving in the direction of healing and of arriving at new earth and creating what we want in the future. And so if you're in this purging section, it's so important that you allow this to happen and that you don't resist it. All of this release that is happening for you, all of this letting go, all of this death and all of this crumbling is happening for you so that you can have the opportunity to get on the boat with a clear mind and a clear body and a clear spirit. So allow that to happen and recognize that it's not a bad thing, even though it might feel like it. And if you are somebody who's witnessing that and you're just trying to be there for somebody, the best thing that we can do is to try and support these people as best we can. Let them know that we're there for them. So much of the wounded masculine is about, I can do it on my own. I don't need help. I don't need friends. I don't need people. And so if you're witnessing this in somebody else and you can show up for that person and demonstrate that you are going to be there for them, it's going to make a huge difference, helping them move into that space of healing and actually feeling safe enough to let go. And again, you don't have to embody a male body to be experiencing this. This is about the masculine energy. The other side of the masculine right now, this awakening of the sacred masculine, is this really beautiful space of divine alignment. And so if you embody the masculine and you notice that things are feeling pretty cruisy or easy and things are lining up for you and you feel like you're getting more opportunities or things just feel sort of stable and calm and good, congratulations, you're on the boat. And so allow yourself to benefit some of that positive feeling, reap the rewards of your own harvest, and embody the joy that comes with recognizing that you are doing the sacred work and you're doing the work that gets you where you need to be. And recognize that there's no shame or guilt in having that. It's important that we remember that we're changing the structures from this one person makes a success to the web of community is what makes success. But it's okay to embody the joy and the success that comes with being in that alignment. And if you're in that alignment, it brings us to the first card that I want to revisit, which is the Druid card. And the caption underneath the card says, hold the space. One of the most important roles the sacred masculine has and can do to support the feminine and support this larger change of how we are balancing the planet is to learn how to hold space. And understanding what it looks like and what it means to hold space. Because we are in a world that is saturated in the patriarchy and the masculine energy, and you are an embodiment of the masculine, you are in alignment with the dominant narrative, which means that you inherently have more power than everybody else. And the way that you can use that power is by holding the space and allowing others to speak in your presence and in your position of power. It's like being a soccer captain, and let's say one of your players has a grievance. It's your job to make sure that the rest of the team is quiet and this player gets the opportunity to express their grievance fully so that you can learn what you need to do to change and to support the team as a whole. And so learning what it means to hold space and recognizing what it means to hold space and taking your ego or your intentions or your motivations out of that and really learning how to hold the space for your friends, for the feminine people in your life, for the people who haven't had a chance to use their voice is one of the most powerful things the masculine can do in 2024. That leads me to my next card, which is the beautiful Sage card. And in my reading for 2024, we were talking about doing the thing and signing up for the class and being studious and exploring things that you found interesting in your life and, applying it to real life education. But what's coming through for the masculine in this particular card moves from the space of holding space, moves from that concept of holding space and extends to learning how to witness the feminine and be studious of the feminine, excuse me, and be observational of the feminine, but not in a way that makes women or feminine people feel like they're being watched. I have a really beautiful friend who has sisters and has a good relationship with his mom. And he's one of the only men that I've ever met who really knows how to drop into a silent place of steadiness while women are together and doing the things that we do when we're together, communicating differently, using different language, like being more physical with each other and like being in contact with each other and not feeling like we're being watched or like we have to change what we're doing because of the gaze of the masculine. And so if you can become a student of the feminine and observational of the feminine in a non-creepy way, this is going to be such an incredible opportunity for you to learn a side of the world that you've never experienced. And maybe you have experienced it in the rush of a waterfall or a sunset that makes you want to cry or, the birth of a baby or the way that flowers grow or something else that inherently has to do with the natural cycles of Mother Earth. That also has the feminine involved. But if you can learn how to do that, it's really going to help bring harmony to the balance of the planet. Pay attention to how language occurs between two women or two feminine embodied people, and apply your power of holding space to be able to support that. It's really going to make a huge difference. So that is all I have for you folks today. Thanks for being here for this follow-up video. If you like my stuff, please consider giving the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I've also got a really great newsletter that gives a lot more than just the forecasts I do on video, as well as my writing on medium.com. So if you're a reader, I highly suggest that you check out my writing on medium.com or signing up for the newsletter. And thank you so much for being here. Until next time.